Greetings, I'm Dev the developer. We already know how to write output to the console, and we know how to declare variables and use variables. Now it's time to put those together and build something we can actually interact with. Let's go ahead and write a program that asks the user a question and does something with the answer. ReadLine is another method on the console object. It waits for the user to type something and press enter, then returns whatever they typed. We store the result in a variable, and then we can use it in an interpolated string. You'll notice a green underline under the variable. That's a warning about the variable potentially being null. We'll cover nullable values properly later. The code will run fine for now, so we're going to leave it alone. Let's run it. Keep dreaming, glitch. The program asked a question, accepted input, and used that input to produce output. That's the core of interactive software. Let's make a small improvement. Right now, the user's input appears on a new line below the question. Let's put it on the same line. We'll use another method we learned about in the output lesson. We'll use write instead of WriteLine, and that keeps the cursor on the same line. And that space after the question mark, that's a manual addition that we have to make. Write won't add one for you. Let's ask another question. Current year is a string. Console.ReadLine always returns a string no matter what the user types. That's fine for a name, but if we want to do any math with the year, we have a bit of a problem. You can't add a number to a string. If you try, C# will concatenate them together instead of calculating. First, we need to convert the string to an integer. The int type has a method called parse, and that converts a string into an integer. int.Parse takes the string from readline, interprets it as a base 10 number, and gives back an actual integer. Now current year is an int and not a string. We can do math with it. Let's update the output to use both variables. That expression inside the curly braces, the current year plus 4, that works because current year is now an integer. C# evaluates it and puts the result into the string. Let's go ahead and run it. I think you might be a little optimistic, glitch. The full program asks for a name, asks for a year, parses the year into an integer, does math on it, and then uses both values in an interpolated string. That is a lot of what we've covered in recent lessons, all working together in a small program. One thing worth knowing about with int.Parse, it assumes the input is a valid number. If the user types something that can't be converted to an integer, the program just crashes. int.Parse couldn't make a number out of the word, so it threw an exception and the program stopped. In later lessons, we'll learn how to handle that gracefully, but for now, we're going to assume the people running our software provide a reasonable input. That's not a safe assumption in the real world, but it's fine while we're learning the basics. And learning takes more than just watching it. You need to practice. So don't just watch it, do it.